Sar.
La Yashala.
Sar. Imagine, which means to stand. You got no other shot. We'll punch the heckle down, which means to rise and face the east. All right. And we're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malabaka. Taba'ah. Batazai. Hayah. Aisha. Baharatazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Kadananau. Nakam. Kal. Yawam. Masalachanau. Kawawafnau. Kasalachanau. Kawawafnau. Wala'ah. Tabayyanau. Banasayawan. Babal. Abashayanau. Mayan. Ra. Kayah. Lakah. Amalak, the Parah, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakat, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua. Babakashah. Thundanau. Hakat. La Pa'ah. Kal Makalah. Kal Marawa. Hakat. La Tahar. Hamatazariah. Hakat. Hamat. Hakat. Lawakawa. Tama'al. Garsham. Hashem Yahushua. Wada Aman. In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power to heal all men of sin, and all men of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against the unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. The prayer to bless Israel, the Hebrew, Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua. Babakashah. No. Oh, so like it. Baraklanau. Wayashala. Wayasapar. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hashem Yahushua.
What we just said was Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel in the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayadni. Ahahari. Mayan. Yaba'ah. Izari. Ma'ai. Yahweh. Aisha. Shabayim. Baharatazah. Al Yathan. Lawat. Agalga. Al Yanawam. Shamar. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayasham. Shamamar. Yahweh. Shamar. Yahweh. Tazal. Al Yad. Yamyaka. Hashemash. Yakaya, Wayara, Yahweh, Yashmar, Makara, Yashmar, Yahweh, Tazah, Aman. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. So like, scoot to your right just a little bit of light shot. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al-Dami Al-Kha. Al-Harash. Al-Tashakwa. Kayah.
Al.
Oslaki Ha'al.
Al.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awayabika.
Awayabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Mashanaka.
Mashanaka.
Nashawa.
Nashawa.
Ra'ash. Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Yarayama.
Yarayama.
Sawa.
Sawa.
Wayatayai Tazawa.
Wayatayai Tazawa.
Al-Tazap Pawanyaka.
Al-Tazap Pawanyaka.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Lakaki.
Lakaki.
Goya.
Goya.
Ala.
Ala.
Yazakal.
Yazakal.
Sham Yashal.
Sham Yashal.
Aiwa.
Aiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Awai Tazawa.
Awai Tazawa.
La.
La.
Yakhadu.
Yakhadu.
Awyaka.
Awyaka.
Oya.
Oya.
Yakarafa.
Yakarafa.
Ahawya.
Ahawya.
Harawam.
Harawam.
Oyashamawi.
Oyashamawi.
Mawaba.
Mawaba.
Mahagari.
Mahagari.
Yabal.
Yabal.
Maimawan.
Maimawan.
Mamala.
Mamala.
Alashab.
Alashab.
Aimyashabi.
Aimyashabi.
Tazawu.
Tazawu.
Yamashawu.
Yamashawu.
Yalawa.
Yalawa.
Aiman.
Aiman.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Banyalawat.
Banyalawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Kasayasara.
Kasayasara.
Kayabi.
Kayabi.
Manathal.
Manathal.
Kayashwan.
Kayashwan.
Nashamabi.
Nashamabi.
Bayandara.
Bayanda.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Kaman.
Kaman.
Ladama.
Ladama.
Shayatama.
Shayatama.
Nadiyabu.
Nadiyabu.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Kazaba.
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 Kazalmanai.
Kazalmanai.
All the say come.
Call to say
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Rashad.
Rashad.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahaya.
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 Shayatama.
Kagala. Kagwash.
Salaki. Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Raka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Kadari Ira.
Iri.
Lahaba. Lahat. Aryam. Khan. Daradap. Basahara. Wabba Saba Papa.
Wabba Saba
Taba
Papa.
Halam. Malah. Panya Hom.
Panya.
Kowan.
Kowan.
Waya Bakwash.
Waya Bakwash.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabash.
Yabash.
Waya Bahawa.
Waya Bahawa.
Adiyah.
Adiyah.
Waya Kapar.
Kapar.
Waya Abad.
Abad.
Waya Daiwa.
Waya Daiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Abad.
Abad.
Al.
Al.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Al.
Al.
Kal. Ratazah.
Ratazah.
Aman.
Aman. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Egypt, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarims, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, as the brook of Kissar, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zed. Yea, all their princes as Abad and as a moon, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Hold my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth the wood, and as a flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded, and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it.
The prayer of the blessings of the parish structure in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Halahaya.
Wa Alahaya.
Matazabia.
Matazabia.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Halawap.
Ha Alawap Yahana.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Katazayanya.
Ha Kwatazayanya.
Ha Kayayawi.
Ha Kayayawi.
Wa
Wapya.
Yahweh. Wa Shimi Yahweh Shah.
Shimi Yahweh Shah.
Kawada
Aman in English. Bless you Yahweh.
Bless you Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And
the angels. Commanding General Yahana. The generals. The captain. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshabi, which means to be seated. You can put that back on top of Aisha. Yeshabi, which means to be seated. All right. Go ahead and clap it up. All right, we're in Genesis, the 48th chapter, verse 20, to begin with. We're at the end of the story of Joseph, when the Israelites come into the first generation of Israelites that come into the land of Egypt. All right, and that's where we're at right now in Genesis, the 48th chapter, in verse 20.
Genesis chapter 48, verse 20 in the Hebrew. Wa Barakum, by Yawam, Ha Ha Wa'a, La Mawar, La Amawar, Ba, Yavara, Yasha'ala, La Amar, Yashama, Alahayim, Ka Pararium, Ka Aparium, Wakama Nasha, Wayasham, Aparium, Lapanya, Manasha, verse 21. Wayamar Yasha'ala Al Yawasap Hana Anakia Ma Wayahaya Al Alahayim I Makam Wahayashyab Afakam Al Rataza Abba Yakum. Verse 22. Wa Anya Natataya La Shakam. Yeah, Shakam Akad Al Akyak Ashar Lakwa Kafya Mayak Ha'amaria Bakarbia Wabakwash Deya. Genesis chapter 49, verse 1. Yakwara Yakwa Al Banyawa Wayamar Ha Sakwa Wa Ag Yada Lakam Ag Ashar Yakwara Aflakam Ba'akar Ya Haya Yamya. So like Hayamyam. Verse 2. Hakwa Batazawa Washamaiwa Banya Yakwa Washamaiwa Al Yashala Abiyakam. Verse 3. Rawaban Bakaria Ata Kakaki. So like Kakaki. Is that Kakakia? Kakakia. Wara Ashyaf Awa Awanya Yathar Sha'af. Yeah, Sha'af Wayathar Eyes. Verse 4. Last verse. Pakaz Kamayom Al Dawa Thar Kaya Al Yaf Mashakabia Abiyat Az Kalala Yatazawa Waya Yataza Waya Ayala.
All right, pay very close attention because we're getting into the blessings of what makes the blessings of the 12 tribes of Israel. The blessings of the 12 tribes of Israel and what makes them the spirit. How do we know that the people who the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, which is the home of the truth, how is it that we know that what we say is correct when we put a label on the nations that that the oppressor have bastardized and called the Negroes, the Hispanics, the North American Indian, the Puerto Ricans, the Aztecs, the Incans, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Haitians? How is it that we know that the people who we consider so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the 12 tribes of Israel? And you have to listen clearly to what the breakdown is of each of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The Bible is about to display it in front of you right now so clearly. All right, so pay attention because we're getting into what Israel blessed each son, what blessing he gave each son, and the spirit that each son has. Like any child, if you're a parent, you know, you could have 15 kids, like this brother, 15 kids. and you know that each child you have has a different spirit. Everybody is not a robot. You're not a robot. Everyone is not the same. You can come out of the same parents, have the same parents, and be completely different than your siblings. We all got siblings. This brother got siblings. I have siblings. You watching have siblings, and you're not the same as your siblings. You understand? I have sisters, physical, biological sisters born from the same parents, and we are nothing alike. Meaning we don't have the same interests. We don't like the same thing. We don't like the same music. And that is how each tribe is. So you can understand the 12 tribes of Israel that makes the 12 tribes of Israel that makes up our nation, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We all have our own personality. The way the Lord has his personality, the same way Jacob doesn't have the same personality as Esau, the same way that Isaac didn't have the same personality as Ishmael. Everybody has different personalities. You have a different spirit. We're in the same truth, in the same school. We're in the truth together, but this brother has different interests than me. He likes to fish. I don't like to fish. Everyone has the different interests. Everyone has a different spirit. Everyone understand your vibe is different. Okay? Some brothers are very, very serious and they don't joke about anything. There's some brothers who like to laugh. There's some people who don't like to laugh. And that's just your spirit. That's your vibe. Everyone understand? There's some brothers who are outdoorsmen. outdoorsmen, and then there are some brothers who like to be at home, who like to have a lot of women and just be up under them women and be time-fired a lot of women and have a lot of children and being at home and going to the club. Brothers who don't like going to the club. I am one of them. I absolutely loathe going out. Okay, I'm not a brother who likes to go into the club and going out with a lot of people. That's not me. That's not my vibe. Okay, is it a sin? No. Is it a sin to want to go to the club? No. There are some brothers who like to drink. There are some brothers who do not like to drink and who don't drink at all. Both brothers are still brothers who come from the same family, but they just have a different vibe. Everyone understand? Go ahead, Elisha.
Oh, I was just going to say, like even in the scripture in the New Testament, some brothers are vegans and vegetarians. Yeah. And some brothers like meat, oxtail and lamb, like myself. I got to have some good old beef and lamb and oxtail. Some brothers like eating plants. No sweat.
Yeah, right. And also shalom to the brothers and sisters that are joining us. God, I see the sister down there. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemar, Tabashim Yahushua. And you know, every brother and sister is just different. We don't have the same interests, but we're still the same people. And something that General Muhammad brought out recently that is so heavy is we don't have to agree on the same thing, but we all have to believe in the same thing. That's Everyone right. Understand? And the UPK, that is what we do. We all believe in the same thing. We all know a man can have multiple wives. We all know that only so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the chosen people of God and no one else. We all believe in the kingdom of heaven. We all believe in Commanding General is the only leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians until Christ returns. We all believe in the same thing. We all know Christ was a black man from the tribe of Judah who is only coming back to give salvation to his people. But we don't always agree. This brother may think, he grew up in the Michael Jordan era. I grew up in the Kobe and LeBron era. He thinks Michael Jordan, maybe, I don't know for sure, but he may think MJ is the greatest. I don't. Okay, that's just, we don't agree. And guess what? It's all vain anyway. It don't even matter who's the greatest NBA player. That don't mean it. Yeah, that don't even mean anything. You may think Tom Brady is the greatest. I may think Patrick Mahomes is. Who gives a damn? Okay, that's not going to disrupt brotherhood. But if you can't believe in the same thing, then that will. So we all have different views. We all have different likes. We all have different interests. It's what makes us unique. It's what makes us not robots. White people want to be like robots. They want to, you know, everybody dressed the same. The purple pigs want to be robots. They want all of them wear the same purple robe, the same purple dress, the same purple shirt with tassels at the bottom of their t-shirts. They want to be like white people. They want to be like the oppressor's military. That doesn't make you family. It doesn't make you brothers. And guess what? You can all wear the same thing and hate each other. So that means nothing. But for everyone to believe in the same thing while still having their own interests, that's a nation of people out. And that is what you're about to see right in front of your eyes that we're about to read right now. Everyone understand? This is Genesis chapter 48 and verse 20. And he blessed them that day, saying, and thee shall Israel bless, saying, the Most High make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but the Most High shall be with you, and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. Verse 22, moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with the sword and with my bow. This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together, and hear ye sons of Jacob. And hearken, now this is what's so heavy, Elisha. Christians, anytime they read, gather yourselves together. Salvation is for everybody. Hear ye. They see that and they think it means everybody. It means the whole entire earth. What they don't understand is context. Christians don't understand context. Anywhere in the Bible where it says, gather yourselves together, come together, love your neighbor, that's speaking about the only group of people the Bible is referring to, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Everyone understand? Yeah, it's the same thing in Amos chapter 2, verse 21. Gather yourselves together. Salvation, what does it say, Amos 2 and 21? Gather yourselves together. No. In Amos chapter 2, verse 21. Whosoever, that's what it is. Whosoever, ye men of Israel. Like Christians see anything that says that they think is inclusive of everybody because we're American, because you grew up in America and have a American point of view, you think wherever you see all people or whatever you see gather yourselves or whatever you think may be talking about everyone, it is not speaking about everyone. The Bible was written to a specific race of people. The scriptures that we're about to read today in today's Sabbath service are going to highlight who the Bible was written to, who Christ came from, who he's coming back to, and who the Most High God prefers out of all the nations on the Bible, out of all the nations that are in the earth. Everyone understand? We're reading those people right here. Elijah, you had something you want to say?
Oh, what I wanted to say, Salaki, it seems as if they, like the Christians in the Christian church, they understand, like we reading in the New Testament, the Bible is talking to Israel, but for some reason in their mind, they think it changed when Jesus came on the scene.
Right.
They think it changed to everybody once Jesus came on the scene, and that's just not true. Right. It was talking about Israel then, and it's talking about Israel now.
That's right.
You're just confused by your lying pastor in Christianity, which is given to you by your oppressor. That's why you want to include the oppressor. But when you talk about everybody, they just talking about white people anyway.
God. They don't mean Asians and North Koreans. No, they don't mean Kim Jong-un. No. They mean white people that enslaved their forefathers. Give the brother a hand.
That's all they're talking about.
That's it. And you know why? Because you're a slave and you came up in America. If you was to come up in North Korea, you wouldn't think that the Bible was speaking to everybody because you come up only seeing one race of people and you only see a people that are your people who need salvation. But when you're in America, the luxury or there was a good, this is a movie, this isn't the Bible, but there was a good scene on a recent show I enjoy watching, which is called Shogun on FX. Shogun. And it is about feudal Japan in the 15th century. Edo Japan, feudal Japan. And it was speaking about, based on a true story with fictional events. Okay, so this show is actually real, it's about real events that happened. And there was a scene on the show. Now, I'm going to spoil it for everybody if you want to go watch it, okay? This is a scene I'm going to spoil for you. This Englishman who comes over on his English ship sails through the area that the Japans are located, right? He lands there. When he gets there, one of the council members, the Japanese council members who's on that council, he befriends him, Elisha, and he makes him his Hatamoto. He makes him like his right-hand man. Yeah, that's it, right? No, that's the 1980s one. This one that came out last year. This right here. Right? Okay. And so he makes him his second in command, right, Elisha? The same way Pharaoh made Joseph his viceroy. Okay? He made him his second in command. And the cat, this English cat, is saying, I don't want to be second in command. I want to go home to my home country. And the honor that was bestowed upon this devil in the show, the devil wanted to refuse it because the devil could see that even though he gets any woman he wants in the land of Japan, even though he is given the best house in that little fishing village, even though he's given all of these luxuries, he said, am I still just a prisoner? He made a quote. He said, am I just a prisoner who just, what did he say? Am I still just a prisoner who gets better amenities? And it made me think, that's blacks, Hispanics, and Indians. America, you still are a slave. You're just given better. Instead of now living in a shack full of 50 of us, eating out of a trough, now you live in Section 8. And now you can drive any car you want, but your son will still get unalived by racist white police officers, just like he would have been in the 40s. You're still a slave. You just can become LeBron James now. You're still a slave, but now you could be Donald Trump's Hatamoto and viceroy. You're still a slave, but your amenities increase and they got a little better, if that makes sense. That is who we are. And this Bible is written to those people. And what we're reading now are the prophecies over each tribe of our people, the nation of Israel. This is Genesis chapter 49. Oh, so you had something you want to say?
Kind of, because you said something so heavy out of line. And I just had to say this real quick and I'll be brief. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that we always say that, our history is done away with, like that's in the past, until the Lord reminds us. Until the Lord reminds us, we was never thinking when Trayvon Martin, Emmett Till, not Emmett Till, from Emmett Till, we can go back and what was it, the 60s?
That was the 50s. He was alive.
That was in the 50s. And then you can fast forward to Mike Brown and
that's right.
What's the other brother with the foot on his neck?
George
Floyd and the brother with the Eric Garner. We don't think about it until we're reminded.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And just like a black people, like a funeral, we don't think about death until we go into another loved one's funeral.
That's
and
right.
then black people want to say, oh, we got to come together.
That's right.
We get reminded of how precious life is. And that's what the Most High God is showing blacks are. We back. With all these events that occur when our oppressors oppress us even more.
That's right.
We forget and we get relaxed and we go back to buying iPhones and going to TikTok and living our life, as a slave and not knowing that we a slave.
That's right.
And until we get reminded again.
That's right.
But that's what we're here for, and that's what the Lord gave us this truth for. The Funding Commander General and Isupk to remind blacks and Hispanics it's not going to be sweet if we keep living our lives the way that we currently are living our lives. We're going to be reminded. We're just waiting for the next time to be reminded if we continue living in our sin. That's all I wanted to say.
Damn right. Well said. That brother said it absolutely heavy. Give him a hand. All right. This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 2. Gather yourselves together and hear ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defouledest thou it. He went up to my couch. That was in verse 4.
Come. Genesis chapter.
Remember, Reuben slept with his father's wife. That's what he's saying. All right. And that's another reason I like that show, Shogun, because it takes place in a period where people actually spoke. People now, we have shortened words so much that, you hear conversations, so this is just me personally. You hear conversations between two people now, and it just sounds like two buffoons talking. No one can talk anymore. No one can hold a conversation. No one can speak. But brother, that's how you speak right there, Elisha. Right? He didn't say, you had sex with my wife. Right? He could have said that, but he did not say that. He said it in a way that was poetic. And people used to speak this way. And it is an art that we should not lose. And in the UPK, we still speak this way. If you ever hear Jeremiah's class, you understand what I'm saying. So keep that in mind. We're not idiots, brother. I know, and this is something I wanted to say briefly. I know it seems like because of America and because of our slavery, that all we are able to do is be LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes. All your sons are able to do is be some NFL player, some war fighter for America, or some basketball player. That is not the only thing that Black and Hispanic people and Native Indian people are capable of doing. There's a big push right now that Black people become farmers. Listen, that's great and that's good. It's better than being an NFL player, that's for sure. More skills and something we do need. But let's not join on to something that America wants us to do. Let's do something that we need to do because our people need it, not because America needs it. Our people do need more farmers. We do need more land and farms. Guess what else we need, Elisha? We also need more doctors. We also need more pediatricians and neurologists. We also need more urologists and podiatrists and neurosurgeons. We also need more physicists. We need more chemists. You understand? We need more lawyers. We need more brothers and sisters who are financial experts. We need more of those people. We need more soldiers that don't go and fight for our oppressor, but they come into the Israelite School of UPK and fight for their people. We need more of that. So don't get hooked on, I know social media has everyone in a frenzy on what new trends to follow, but I have a new trend for you to follow ever. Follow the trend of doing what your people need and not what America wants from you. America wants your sons and daughters only to be Angel Reese and LeBron James. Right. They only want your sons to go and be a Navy SEAL or a Delta Force operator or a Green Beret. But I would try to get you to understand, however, how much your people need you instead. The NBA and the NFL don't need more Black souls. They don't need more Black flesh and Hispanic flesh and Native Indian flesh. The Crips and the Bloods don't need any more of us, and neither do the prisons. Our brothers and sisters should become the thing our people need, and that is what I just named. To go and become educated so we're not so ignorant. To go be a learned man and a learned woman so that you're not ignorant of what is going on right in front of your eyes. That's what I would encourage every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian to do. instead of being the thing America wants. I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't offend people. But brother, a lot of us are just buffoons. A lot of us are just people who know nothing more than sex. We're just slaves with better amenities. That's all we are. You can become something greater than that. Education was deprived of your forefathers, of our forefathers. My great-great-grandfather was a slave. He could not go and get a college degree. He couldn't become a pediatric neurosurgeon or a pediatric neurologist. He couldn't go and get a Nobel Prize for chemistry for solving some chemical equation that prevents sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. He couldn't go come up with some formula, some chemical formula to defeat the sickness that only affects black people, known as sickle cell anemia. He couldn't do that because education was deprived of him. Formal education was deprived of our forefathers. But you have a golden opportunity to go and become something of yourself for your nation's sake, so that we aren't a people who are just drug addict, drug dealer in prison, celebrating when some new homie comes out of jail. Fools. That is not who we have to be, brothers and sisters. We are in the UPK, you know what we do? Encourage blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to go become learned. Go get a degree. Go become something your people need. Not just a bunch of silly farmers and entertainers and NFL players and podcasters, but to go be somebody who your people needs. Everyone understand? Well, I'm done with that scripture. It's on you, Elisha. Most High Christ the water.
Yeah, I forgot what we was doing. This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 5 in the Hebrew. Shemayawan, Walawaya, Akim, Koya, Kamam, or Kamam.
Where you at? Kamam.
Makaraf Yahum. Verse 6. Basadam, Baka'a, Napashya, Bakwa Halom, Bakad, Kabadia, Kaya, Bapam, Haragawa, Ayash, Wabara Tazanam, Iquarawa, Awa, Awar, Salakia, Shawar. Verse 7. Awar, Apam, Kaya, Eyes, Wa'ai Baratham, Kaya, Kwashta, Aklaquam, Baya Iquab, Wa'a Payatazam, Ba Yasha'ala. Verse 8. Yahawah, Atha, Yawadawak, Wak, Akyak, Yadak, Ba'ai Aya Bayak, Yashataka Kawawa, Lak, Banyak, Abayak. Verse 9. I'm going to stop at 11.
11, come.
Gawar, Ara, Yahawah, Matara, Banya, Al Yah, Karai, Rabatazah, Raya, Waka, Labia, Maya, Yakwa, Yamnawa. Verse 10. La'a, Yawa, Yasawar, Shabbat, Maya, Yahawah, Wama, Kwak, Mabayan, Regalia, Ai, Kaya, Yama'a, Shayawa, or Shayalawa. Say Shayawa or Shayalawa. Shayawa. Wala'a, Yakwaha, I'm Yam. Verse 11, last verse. Asaria, Lagapan, Ayarwa, Wala Sharqua, Banya, Athanawa, it's like Kabas. No, it's like a Kabam. No, it's Kabas, right? Kabas. Bayayan, Laba Shawan, Labashwa, Wabadam, Ainabium, Sawafwa.
This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Remember, these are prophecies. These are blessings, meaning this is something of old times that were done from a father to his sons before he passed. Now your dad, you don't know who your father is. And your father's in prison and he dies, our fathers died in terrible conditions because of the curses that we're under. But before these curses, we lived in a time where we watched our fathers die. Does that make sense? We watched and that's something that is glorious, because now fathers bury their children, and that's something that should never happen. But that's something that does happen because of the curses we are under. Fathers a long time ago, they got buried by their sons and their grandsons and great-grandsons. And so Jacob is giving a blessing to his children. He's now he's telling his sons something that is their spirit, and he's telling them a prophecy about who they are. Everyone understand? And this is what he told Simeon and Levi. Simeon, by the way, the Simeonites are what you would now know as the Dominicans, and the Levites are what you now would call a Haitian. So the people the country of America hates, the Haitians, who they want to be out of Ohio, and that Donald Trump lied on, that devil, that president that you voted for, Donald Trump, who he hates, the Haitians, those people are God's chosen people, the Levites. And this is what Jacob told them. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly. Mine honor, be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. What is Jacob talking about? Jacob is speaking about an incident that happened between Simeon and Levi, two brothers, and they went and unalived this African village, who there was one African man, I think Hamar was the African dad's name, and he was a ruler of his little African village. And their sister Dina was taken advantage of by this African man. So what did Simeon and Levi do? They made a peace treaty with the Africans, and they devised a plan to tell those Africans, well, if you want to get married to our sister, you have to now go and get circumcised, and they're 40 and 50 years old. So now they get circumcised, well, what happens? Pain, and you need at least a week or two of rest. So while these Africans were resting, guess what Simeon and Levi did? Their own self-will, they dig down a wall. They went on their own accord, not according to what their father wanted, not according to any action plan. They went and they unalived these Hamites that were responsible for taking advantage of their sister, and in doing so, they made life difficult for their father. That's a quote in the Bible. Jacob told his sons, if you made life difficult for me. Why? Because we live right next to these people. You went to unalive them, now what are they going to do? Retaliate. We're a small nation. We're only a few people strong. Why would you go and do this? Because of what they did to those Africans, this is what their father told them. That instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. What is the problem in Dominican Republic and in the land of Haiti today? A lot of violence, brother. A lot of violence. Gangs rule those countries out, not the government. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right now in Haiti, there's a crisis, a level 4 crisis, because gangs have taken over Haiti. And I'm not making this up. This is something you can go and look up right now. That's instruments of cruelty, all because of what their forefathers did thousands of years ago. They still have the same spirit. You get my point now? Do you understand the 12 tribes of Israel? Now do you understand why it can't be any other nation of people? Why it is these people? Because these people have this prophecy told by their father thousands of years ago that is still taking place right now. That's right. They still have the same spirit. You understand? This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 7. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Verse 8, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. What is this talking about? The children of the Negroes here in America. The Negroes in America are the tribe of Judah. That's who the Negroes are. We're the people who are in the hand, Salakia, who thy neck, Salakia, thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. What does that mean? You're like this with our oppressor, better known as white people. The tribe of Judah is unlike any other tribe in that we have been amongst white people in America for centuries now. We have been amongst white people, since when the 1600s is when the first slaves was brought to America, Elisha. The 1600s, how long? That's almost 500 years ago.
Right.
We've been amongst white people forever. The Greeks and the Romans and the Americans, the Spanish and the conquistadors, the French, the Dutch. We have been amongst them forever, and we're like this. Our hands are in their neck because we're so close. White people in the tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes, are close. We work with them. There are things, this brother has been to the islands. And if you travel the world, I've been to other countries in the world. There is really no other tribe who are this close to their oppressor the way we are here. Now you might have places like the United Kingdom, but before you couldn't really think of a place like America where the slaves were in the same quarters, meaning now you are in the president's cabin. You are in the office of the White House, and we serve white people here in their own homes. We were their slaves. We were their chattel slaves. We slept right next to them, Elisha, in their living quarters. This is speaking about the tribe of Judah. So this is talking about the Negroes, the so-called Negroes in America. We have been amongst our oppressors, brother, since the 1600s. You understand? Our hand is in our neck. That is an implication of how close we are, physical proximity to these oppressors. Listen, you live in an apartment complex, there's a white person that lives in an apartment complex above you. And it has been like that since the 1600s, brother. Nothing has changed. That's how close Negroes have been to white Europeans here in America. That's how close we've been in the physical proximity. Not close in friendship, but just living amongst them, being with them, working for them. That is that prophecy right here in the Bible. Let's keep going. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Judah is a lion now. So like Judah is a lion. Don't tell no Benjamites that. Benjamites think they love being the lion of Judah. Benjamites. The West Indians are not lions, meaning that they don't have that spirit, but they do have a spirit of a wolf. And we're going to read about them in a few verses. All right, but Judah is the lion, meaning his spirit is like a lion's whelp. What is a lion's whelp? A lion cub. What do lion cubs, what are they known for? Reckless behavior. Any child of any species is reckless because they haven't had the discipline that an adult of that species has. And the Bible here is saying that Judah is a lion's whelp. Just reckless. It's like energetic and just reckless. Willing to do anything. That's Judah. Okay, Judah is just go ahead.
I was gonna say, for example, just look at any hip hop video.
Oh, come on now.
Look at any NBA young boy. Look at any of them.
Lion's whelp.
Just reckless.
Reckless and not just reckless. The lion's whelp, a young lion cub is very energetic and just ready to go. It's like a lion's cub is always on go. He's ready to play.
Off the bat.
He's off the bat, off the rip. I don't care if he's Space Monster. I'm socking him out. That's Judah. I seen our good sister Zazawa in the UK. She made a comment and said, Judah is always fighting. That's Judah. Just loud and just fight like a lion's cub. Just always, what do you say? Off the bat. Now, come on, we got to go in there. Some Benjamin's like, oh, slow your roll down. Some Cuban and some Puerto Rican like, hold on, my name, hold on. Judites are just on go all the time. That's a lion's cub. Just wild. Just wild. Even our culture in America is just wild. You see how some of these cats just look and just with the shiesties on. That's Judah. That don't come from a Benjamite or Cuban. Shiesties are Judite, just young, what they call YNs.
YNs.
That's Judas. That's Judites, That's a lion's cub. All right, just wild, reckless, on go, ready to go. And that spirit is beautiful if it is righteous. If it's righteous, and if it's in the hands of a righteous man, a righteous leader. That spirit can be used to wage war against poverty for your people. That spirit is supposed to be used to wage war against all of the things that come against your nation of people here. That's what that spirit is supposed to be used for. Yeah. There's some cats out here looking at rap videos full of Judites with guns, and they're like, they look like a Lions Cubs. Reckless and wild. Just wild, without discipline and just wild. That's a Judite guy. So like, you're not saying, once again, this is not saying that the tribe of Judah, the Negroes in America, are undisciplined and wild and sexual deviants. That's not what it's saying, but that's the interpretation white people have of us, but that's not who we are. That spirit of being wild and not giving a damn about authority, that spirit is righteous when it's in the hands of a right man.
That's right.
That spirit is supposed to be used to go to war for your people, not go to war with your people.
That's right.
So that spirit of being a Lions Club is not a negative one at all. It just means that we're full of all of this energy to do a lot of violence, but that is good to do violence to your enemy in the right spirit, meaning in the right place at the right time. Okay, and I ain't encouraging no brothers or sisters to go do violence to any oppressor or to anybody, but that spirit of, I'm going to sock him out off the back, that's the right spirit. That's why I love that nigga so much. I like why, because that's the spirit that the Judah has, and that's the spirit we should all be in to fight oppression, not to fight our people. Everyone understand? This is Genesis chapter 49. I'm going to try to speed this up for time's sake. This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come. Meaning what? That Judites were not priests until Christ came. Only Levites were priests until Shiloh come. Who is Shiloh? Christ, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So until Christ was on the scene, who is a Judite, there were no priests amongst Judites. We were King David and King Solomon. You went to war. That's that spirit off the back. King David had that spirit. He was 13 off the back. What they say, the Philistine, what was his name? Goliath. Goliath. David was that brother. What's his name? Fort Extra.
When they was following him, when they was like there, they would sleep on him. When he was
not that one. Not that one. I'm talking about when he slayed Goliath. That reminds me of when that young brother Fort Extra. He said, he said, I don't give a damn if he's space monster. I'm socking him out. That's King David. He took that slingshot and wow, he killed and slew the great Philistine who was aged in war. That's a Judite guy. And before we could be priests, that's what we were. We were soldiers. That spirit that we have is meant to be a soldier for your nation of people, for the right reason, not so you can go to prison like that brother and go sock everybody out. Do not do that. Use that spirit to help free your people from oppression. Everyone understand? All right? This is verse 11, chapter 49. Binding his foe unto the vine. Oh, Salakia. Yeah, I read that already. Binding his foe unto the vine, and his ass's coat unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes.
All right. Now we're going to go back to the Hebrew.
There's everything about Judites that just, I don't want to say use the word violent, because we're not a violent people, actually. All the tribes of Israel are very courteous and very nice and kind. We're a kind people. But the tribe of Judah is just, that tribe is just, think about Peter, brother. Think about how Peter was just on go all the time. Think about how, King David was on go all the time. And before King David died, what did he tell King Solomon? Don't forget my enemies. Go out and catch every last one of them, mother. Go get all of them. That's a Judite guy. You understand? Issacharites don't have. Don't misconstrue these words.
They get busy.
The other 11 tribes of Israel, they all have that spirit of being masculine. The men have the spirit of being masculine and standing up and defending their nation, but they're just not as loose. Judites don't really give a damn about who's around, about authorities, about going to none of that. They just gonna get busy. Issacharites are more, they're strong ass between two burdens, which we're going to read in a little bit. They don't, how can I put Issacharites and the Ephraimites and the Benjamites, and we all are on go. We ready to throw these things and go to war for our people. We all have that spirit. but they're more of a cool, calm, collected. If you're raised amongst Judites, you know what I'm saying. Judites are not cool, calm. There's nothing cool, calm, and collected about Judites, Elisha. It's just nothing. They like to fight. We like to fight. We like to just go and get it. It's just something about, and it has nothing to do with being raised up here in America. That has nothing to do with America. How do I know? Because I read the story of King David, and he was always ready to fight and unalive people. It's just the spirit of a Judite. Why? Because that's the prophecy that their father had told them. You're a young lion. You're a cub. A young lion cub, brother. Go out and don't think of a young lion cub like Simba off a goddamn movie, Lion King. A young lion cub, think about in the real wild, real in the Serengeti in Africa. Think about how big a lion cub is and how loose and how reckless they are. And that is Judah. That is who the Negroes are. Just ready to go out and get it and just, I don't care. I want to go get it off the back. That's us. Go ahead,
and if I may, if you know anything about lion cubs, especially when the males, a cub is still considered a cub up until it reaches its full adulthood.
Yeah, you're like 14 years old, 15, he's still a cub.
When those young males, when you see a group of young male lions, they're very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because they're, first off, they don't even have their own pride established. Right. So they're looking to go conquer.
That's right.
So that's
the right word. Go conquer.
They ready to go conquer.
That's it.
You see those young lion cubs whose manes is starting to get thick. Yep. They not all the way there yet. Yeah. And you see a group of them, those are YNs. They got that same, that's why the Lord is using that metaphor.
That's right.
Because when you see them YNs, and our oppressor uses that against us,
that's right.
That spirit, because they know it's a threat.
That's right.
And that's all I wanted to say.
That's the right word. No, that's good. That's the right. The spirit to conquer and to establish your own pride. That is Judite. Other tribes, you notice, brother, they don't really give a damn about that. They want what's right for their people, but they have to not be forced to do it. But you gotta kind of, come on, Isupk, man, come fight with us, okay? A Judite, brother, you can just say, hey, we're going to leave tomorrow at 1. We about to go sock these cats out. They don't need to know who we decided. They off the bat, we gone. You understand? That's a Judite. They ready to go establish. And that's why also it's so heavy where it said, where the scripture says that your brothers, you are who your brothers should praise. Why? Because our King Christ comes from the tribe of Judah. Don't think that because you're a Negro that you're more special than the other 12 tribes, the other 11 tribes. The only reason that the scripture says this prophecy is because the Lord knew that Christ would be coming out of the tribe of Judah, from the seed of King David. That's the only reason why the other 11 tribes, we are the tribe that should be praised, is because our King Christ comes from the tribe of Judah. If he came from the tribe of Benjamin, Benjamin would be the one that all of us would praise, or Reuben or any other one. But the Lord decided to make him from the tribe of Judah. Why? Because of that spirit that is on us. That spirit of, oh, brother, I don't give a damn. What you say, I can get 50 years, I can get the hard 55? I really don't care. I'm just killing them right. I'm unaliving them right now where everybody can see it. That's a Judite. To go establish his own pride. To go and conquer. That's the spirit. And he don't need a fire lit under him to go do it. It's already embedded in us from birth. Because that is who we are. And used right in a righteous spirit under a righteous king and ruler, we will have the kingdom of heaven now. Yeah, right. The kingdom of heaven. Go ahead, Elijah.
Back in the Hebrew, this is Genesis chapter 49, verse 12.
Now we got to speed it up. That's all my talking. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that was a
Listen, we're going to do a class. What we should do, Elijah, is this upcoming week, we should teach a class about the spirit and the prophecies of the 12 tribes of Israel. That way we can go more in depth. But for time's sake, we got to kind of just read through it and get over the Sabbath service because we're pressed for time. But we will have a class, and there's plenty of classes. If you log on to isupk.com and all of the social media sites, go to isupk, whatever city you live in. For example, Kansas City, St. Louis, DC. Put isupk in the city you live in after, and you can find tons of classes on this very thing we're teaching about right now. This is our way in the UPK to teach about the 12 tribes of Israel since 1969. It's how you know who you are. It's how you know this is who my tribe, this is who I belong to. Not only am I an Israelite, but I come from the tribe of Benjamin. I come from the tribe of Ephraim, from Manasseh, from Naphtali. That's important. It's important to know, and it's the registry you hear us state at the beginning of Sabbath service when we call a new man up, a new brother up, a young brother up. He has to be able to state that registry. I am the son of Naphtali, the son of Israel. That is the way it was done of old. And that's the way it's done now in the Isupk. Everyone understands? So just keep that in mind. It's important to know where you're from and who you are. Go ahead, Now let's get through it.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 12 in the Hebrew. Kakal yala ya ayanyam mayanyan walaban shanyam makalab. Verse 13. Zabawalan lakawat yam yam yashakan wahawa'a lakawat anayawat wayara kafwa al tazayadan. Verse 14. Yashakar. Kamar, it's like, I don't know, I was about to say Hamar, I had to catch myself. Garam, Rabatazah, Bayan, Hamash Pathim, Hamashapathim. Verse 15.
Stop at 18.
Wayarad, out the water. Manaka, Kaya, Tawab, Wa'ah, Haratazah, Kaya, Na'aima, Ya, Wayat, Shakamwa, Lasabal, Wayahaya, Lamas, Ibad. Verse 16. Dan, Yada, Yan, Aimawa, Ka'akad, Shabbatya, Yashaala. Verse 17. Yahaya, Dan, Nakash, Al-Ya, Darak, Shap Yapan, Al-Ya, Arak. So like Araka. Is it Araka? Araka, Hanashak. Iquabia, Sawas, Wayapal, Rakaba, Aquawar. Verse 18, last verse. Layashawa, Aitak, Kwayafya, Yahweh.
That's just Yahweh.
I mean Yahweh, Salah.
This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Verse 13, Zebulun or Zebalawan shall dwell at the heaven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his borders shall be unto Zidon. Issachar or Yashakar is a strong ass catching down between two burdens. And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. Verse 16, Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path that biteth in the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backward. I have waited for thy salvation, O Most High.
This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 19. God the Wad, Yaga Wadya Wahawa, Yagad, Iquab. Verse 20. Mashar, Shamana, Lachamwa, Wahawa, Yathan, Ma'aidniya, Malak. Verse 21. Napathlaya, Ayala, Shalakha, Hanathan, Amaria, Shapar. Verse 22. Ban, Parak, Yawasap, Ban, Parak, Al-Ya, Ayan, Banawak, Taza, Aida, Al-Ya, Shawur. Verse 23. Wayamar Rahawa, Warabwa, Wayash Tamahawa, Wayash Tamahawa,
Wayashat Mahawa.
Wayashat Mahawa, Ba'alia, Katazayim. Is that right? Katazayim. Verse 24. I'm going to stop at 26.
25.
25. Wathashab, Bayathan, Quashafwa, Waya Pazawa, Zaraya, Yada Yawa, Mayadia, Abayara, Yaquab, Masham, Rai, Aban, Yashala, verse 25. Ma'al, Abayat, Waya I Zarak, Wa'a, Shadia, Waya Barak, Waya Barakak.
That's right.
Waya Barakak. Waya Barak, Waya Barakak. Because it looked like Barak.
Barakak is how you would say that.
Barakak. All right. Barakat, Shamyam, Ma'al, Barakat, Tahawam, Rabatazat, the Kat, Barakat, Shadayam, Warakam.
This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Out of Asher or Ashar, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Naphtali or Naphthalia is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words. Joseph, Yahweh, is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by a well, whose branches run over the wall. The archers have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. But his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty power of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Even by the Most High of thy father, who shall help thee? And by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the breast and of the womb.
This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 26 in the Hebrew. Barakah, Abayat, Gabarwa, Al, Barakah, Hawarya, I, Tawa, Gaba, I, Walam, Tahayayan, Laraash, Yawasa, Wala Quad, that right? Nazayar, Akyawa. Verse 27, Benjamin, Za'ab, Yatarak, Babakor, Ya'akal, I, Wala, Irab, Yakalak, Shalal. Verse 28, Kal, Allah, Shabbatya, Yashala, Shanyam, Aishar, Waza'a, Ashar, Debar, Laham, Abiyaham, Waya Barak, Awa Thum, Ayash, Ashar, Kabarak Thum. It's like Kabarakatwa, Barak, Athum, verse 29. Waya Tazawa, Awa Thum, Awa Waya Amar, Awa Hum, Anya, Nasab, Al, I'm Ya, Kwa Barak, Kwa Barwa, Akya, Al, Abathya, Al, Hama Ra, Ashar, Bashada, I Parawan, Hakathya. 32. Bama Ra, Ashar, Bashada, Hamakapala, Ashar, Al, Panya, Mama Ra'a, Barataza, Kanaim, Ashar, Qamna, Abaraham, Hashada, Ma'ata, it's like a Ma'a, I Parain, Aparna.
Where you at? I Paran.
I Paran. Hakafya, La Kazaf, Kwabar. Verse 31. Shema, Kwabar, Kwabar, Abaraham, Shara, Ashafwa, Shema, Kwabar, Yatazakwak, Rabakwa, Ashafwa, Washama, Kwabarafya, La'ah. Verse 32. Makona, Hashada, Wahamaira, Ashar, Ma'ah, Banya, Chaf.
All right. This is Genesis. Genesis chapter 49.
General.
Oh, Most High Christ.
Commanding General Yaman, obviously.
Most High Christ. Shalom, General Yaman. Most High Christ out of one. Damn right. Most High Christ. Give Commander General a hand. Most High Christ, General. It's an honor and a privilege to have you watch in our live out of one for Sabbath service, sir. We're in the book of Genesis, chapter 49, and verse 26. The blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors, unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. Verse 27. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. Most High Christ, Commander Juliana is a Benjamite. Both give him a hand. The tribe of Benjamin. This is one of the prophecies about the tribe of Benjamin, who I love, the tribe of Benjamin. If you know me, Elijah,
you know,
oh God, Most High Christ gives him a hand. Okay, the tribe of Benjamin, the scripture says, shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. Benjamites work. You understand? Rihanna, who is a Benjamite, she had that song, work. They work like a wolf. They divide the spoil between who? They're young. Like they go out to hunt and they work for their young. If you know Benjamites, they're world famous for having 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs to work for who? They're young. They're young and they're very hardcore. And listen, something else Benjamites are righteous in their spirit, which is why their music, if you play their music, which is what the world would consider secular music, it is very, very righteous. It has a righteous undertone. It's very righteous how they speak to one another. Milad. That's a very righteous spirit and a very, very righteous how they make their music. And that is who the tribe of Benjamin is. Everyone understand? This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 28. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is it that their father spake unto them and blessed them. Every one according to his blessing, he blessed them. Verse 29. And he charged them and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite. Verse 30. In the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, and the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for a possession of a burying place. Verse 31. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I buried Leah. So this is Jacob or Israel. He's requesting to be buried in the same place his forefathers were buried. His grandfather was Abraham, his father was Isaac. Their wives, his wife, and now this is where he wants to be buried. Everyone understand? This is verse 32. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. We got just 14 more verses left. Right?
Genesis chapter 49, verse 33 in the Hebrew. Wayakal, Yaikwa, Latazawa, Banyawa, Waya Asa, Ragalyawa, Al Hamata, Waya Gawai, Wa Ya Asa, Al Amyad, Amyawa. What was that? 30?
No, you read 50 in chapter 50, verse
51. Okay, so They be skipping up.
It's too hard.
All right, Genesis chapter 50, verse 1. Wayagal, Yawasa, Al, Panya, Abba Yawa, Waya Bak, Al Yawa, Waya Shak, Lawa, verse 2. Waya Tazawa, Yawasa, Ibad Yawa, Har Pa'ayim, Lachanat, Abba Yawa, Waya Ka Natwa, Harapa'ayim.
Where you at?
Right here. Harapa'ayim.
Ayam. You said it right.
Harapa'ayim. Yasha'ala. Verse 3. Wayama'awa. Lawa. Araba'ayim. Yawam. Kaya kan. Yama la'amwa. Yamya hacha natyam. Wayabakawa. Athwa. Matazarium. Shabayim. Shabayim, Yawam, verse 4. Waya Ibarwa, Yamya, Baka Yahwa, Waya Debar, Yabasa, Al, Bayat, Parai, Lamar, Na'a, Mataza'afya, Khan, Ba'ayanyakam, Debarwa, Na'a, Ba'azanya, Parai, Lamar. Almost stopping 5. Just the last one. 6.
You started at 33, right?
33, 49. And
so you started at 33, verse 33, so you stopping at verse 6. You right.
Verse 6.
I ain't a
Abiyah, Hashabayanya, Lamar, Hana, Anakya, Ma, Bakwa, Barya, Ashar, Koryakya, Layab, Barataza, Kanaim, Shema, Dakwa, Baranya, Wa'aita, A'ayla, Na'a, Wa'akwabar, Abiyah, Wa'ashawab, Wa'ashawaba. Verse 6. Parai, Pharaoh. Wa'amar, Parai, Allah. It's like an isle. Wakwabar, Abba Yak, Shar, Hashaba Ya'ik.
This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 33. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost. And he was gathered, and was gathered unto his people. This is Genesis chapter 50 and verse 1. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father, and the physicians embalmed Israel. Verse 3. And 40 days were fulfilled for him, for so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die. In my grave which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan, there shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again. This is verse 6. And Pharaoh said, Go up, and bury thy father according as he made thee swear. So this is Jacob, or Israel, our forefather. You understand, the progenitor of all the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the father of them. He gave up the ghost. He passed away, and he did it the right way. Like I said, before these curses, our fathers lived to be, to see their grandchildren, great-grandchildren. That's something that we don't have anymore because of the curses that we are all under. That's right. That we are fighting so hard under Commander Juliana and the Isupk to get out from under these curses that makes a father bury his son, which should never happen. A father bury his daughter, which should never happen. That is not the way it's supposed to be. But because we have sinned against our God, it is the way things are. And it is a sad curse to have to bury your child, something I wouldn't wish on any brother or sister. Babies, children, caskets of babies. That's something I would never want anybody to have to experience, to witness a funeral like that. This is how it was done. Your father passed away and was buried in the land of his forefathers. You understand? And he was around to see his great-grandchildren grow up and see them be born. And now he's like, okay, it's time for me to give up the ghost. Now I can let go. I've witnessed 3 generations of children. That's glorious, in the sight of the Lord and man. That is glorious. And it is something we are striving for every day in the Isupk. Everyone understand? Go ahead, Elisha. Most High Christ. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 50, verse 7.
So that's the kingdom of heaven. So right. That's a perfect place there, where brothers and sisters ain't fighting and arguing. No one's on child support. No one's getting assaulted, abused in the house. Children grow up in beautiful homes, and their fathers see their children be born. And now they can give up the ghost. That is what we experience in the UPK, and it's something that we are fighting for every single day, man. If you want to join that fight, brother, you come right in this school. You come right in this school, in the Israelite School of UPK. If you're in the Kansas City zone, now if you're here in Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas, Wichita, Kansas, you call the number 816-317-5271, and you put in your brick so that you could experience the kingdom of heaven too. So that you could fight for the kingdom of heaven as well. That is what we're doing in this place, man. You understand? Go ahead, Elisha.
Genesis chapter 50, verse 7 in the Hebrew. Waya'al, Yawasap, Lakwabar, Abiyawa, Waya'awa, Athwa, Ka, Ibadia, Parai, Zaquanya, Bayahwa, Wakal, Zaquanya, Arataza, Matazarium, verse 8. Wakal, Bayat, Yawasa, Wa'akyawa, Wabayat, Abiyawa, Rock, Pam, Wataza'anyam, Wabakwaram, Izabia, so like Izabwa, Ba'arataza, Gashan, verse 9.
You stopped at 13.
Just by that. Wa'ya'ayal, Imwa, Gam, Rakab, Gam, Parashium, Wayahaya, Hamakana, Hamakna, Kabad, Ma'ad, verse 10. Waya Ba'awa, Garan, Tad, Ashar, Ba'aibar, Hayaradan, Wayasapadwa, Sham, Masapad, Gadawal, Wakabad, Ma'ad, Waya Aish, La'abiyawa, Abal, Shabai, Yam, verse 11. Wayara'a, Yawashab, Harataza, Hakananya, Ha'abal, Badaran, Ha'atad, Wayamarwa, Abal, Kabad, Za, Lamataza, Salakia, Matazarium, Al, Khan, Korah, Shema, Abal, Matazarium, Ashar, Ba'ai Bar, Hayaradan. Verse 12. Waya Aishwa, Banyua, Lawa, Khan, Kashar, Tazawam. Verse 13. Last verse. Wayash, Awa, Athawa, Banyawa, Arataza. Rataza.
Where you in, Elisha? Khan, Rataza.
Kanine, Wayakwabarwa, Athawa, Bama Ira, Shada, Hama Kapala, Ashar, Kwana, Abaraham, Hashada, La Akhazah, Kwabar, Ma'a, Iparan, Hakakya, Al, Panya, Mama Ra'ah.
This is Genesis chapter 50. You started at verse 9, right?
Come.
Genesis chapter 50 and verse 9. And there went up.
No, Salaki 7.
Verse 7. Salaki. And Joseph, this is Genesis chapter 50, verse 7. Salaki. And Joseph went up to bury his father. And with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt. Verse 8. And all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, and his father's house, only their little ones, and their flocks, and their herds, they left in the land of Goshen. Verse 9. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan. And there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. Verse 11. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, this is grievous. This is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. Wherefore the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. Verse 12. And his sons did unto him according as he commanded them. Verse 13. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan, and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham bought with the field for a possession of a burying place of Ephron the Hittite before Mamre. Most High Christ. Once again, that's what we're fighting for in the UPK so hardly, brother, is the day that a perfect society will reign now. And the man that's in charge will be Christ. That's what we're fighting for. Not for this place to continue, not for America to continue to have reign over us and for us to be under all these curses, but for us to be glorified and for the Lord to be glorified in our actions. That's what we're fighting for every day. And once again, you need to pay your tithes, pay your Passover fee, which is April 12th in Atlanta, Georgia this year. Make sure you're paying that. Make sure you're paying your tithes. Support this truth. With that, I imagine just us up here. Still got a little time tonight, Shaq. Start these prayers out. Sar.
La Yashala.
La Yashala. Sar. I imagine everyone stand. You put it in front. You got it? All right, well, Panya Hakwadam, rise and face the east. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayah. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Balapaka. Taba'ah. Batazai. Hayah. Aisha. Haratazai. Kawah. Hayah. Hashemayah. Nathanaw. Kal. Yawam. Wasalachanaw. Kasalachanaw. Kabawachnaw. Wala'ah. Abayanaw. Badasayawan. Abal. Mayan. Ra. Hayah. Amalak. Amen. In English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Akat, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Nathanaw. La'pa'ah. Latahar. Amatazariah. Hamath. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All men of sickness and all men of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Baraklanaw. Yashala. Bayasapar. Rapah. Magun. Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Wad Aman. What we just said in the English was Yahweh in the name of Yahushua. Bless us and Israel in the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahahar, Mahayan, Yaba'ah, Izar, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aishah, Shemaiah, Maharatazah, Al-Yathan, Namawat, Regal, Al-Yanawam, Shamar, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Shawamor, Yasha'al, Shamar, Yahweh, Tazal, Al-Yad, Yamnika, Hashamash, La'ah, Hayaka, Wayara, Layala, Yahweh, Yashamar, Lakara, Yashamar, Afnapash, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaka, Wabalaka, Wa'ai, Aman. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al-Damayalakah. Al-Karash. Al-Shaqwa. Al-Yahana. Al-Yahamayawan. Shaddai. Nasha'al. Ra'ash. Al-Aimika. Sawa. Wayatayai Tazawa. Altazap Pawani. Amawa. The Kawa. Goya. Yazakor. Sham Yashar. Aiwa. Kaya. Tazawa. You can slow down just a little bit now. Yakarafwa. Hadawam. Wayashama'al. Mawaba. The ball. Waimawa. Palashat. I'm Yashabi. Tazawu. Gamashawu. Nalawa. Imam. Iowa. Zarawah. Labanyalawa. Salah. Aisha. Laham. Kamad. Kasayasara. Kayab, Yashwan, Ayanda, Daman, Shayatham, Nadiabu, Kaira, Ukazabah, Call to say a Kumba, Ashar, Amawa, Mayarashah, Lanawa, Alahaya, Shayatham, Kagala, Kakwash, the Punyaraka, Ka'ash, Gabairiyah, Wakalab, Aryam, Khan, Masarab, Wabasawapaf, Gabahalam, Wala, Punyam, Kolawan, Wayabakwash, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayabahal, Ayah, Kapar, Wayabad, Wayadai, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labad, the one. Call. Paratazah. Aman. In the English. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make thee tumble. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy enemies. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zed, yea, all their princes, as Zabah, and as Amunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as a fire burns the wood, and as a flame sets the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be
confounded. And trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone, is Yahweh. Art the Most High. Over all the earth. So be it.
The prayer, the blessings of the past scripture in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahai. Latazabia. Alawap Yahan. Hasaranya. Hakatazayanya. Hakayayawa. Yahweh. Shimyawa
Wadaman in English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shah. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahan. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah. Sar. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Yah. Sar. You can put it down there. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courteous salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I Madu Shabbat, I Madu, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, Brakathum, Yajimatah, Sar, face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I Madu Shabbat, I Madu, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alathum, Shem Yahweh Shah, Yajimatah, dismissed.